Vietnam was starting to build up, and nobody was enlisting.
The draft lottery,
December 7th, July 8th.
Everybody was trying to avoid the draft, or if they got the draft, they wanted a really high number, that kind of stuff. But when I graduated from high school, I and my group of buddies, maybe 4 of us, went downtown and went to all the recruiting sites. I actually joined the Army because I felt like if I was going to serve the country, that was the place to be. He gave me my MOS, and so he said, I can't explain it to you. This is a recruitment for intelligence.
The Defense Intelligence Agency began Project Stargate. Dean Radin, a scientist, worked on the program that employed about a dozen psychics and mediums. The Defense Department preferred remote viewer.
I said, so what is this remote viewing stuff? And they said, oh, well, rather than try to explain it, why don't you just do a few and then you'll understand what it's all about.
Were you skeptical at all?
Yeah, very.
Simply call the arms race a giant misunderstanding.
our consciousness, our minds.
The U.S. government has researched extrasensory perception, using it in attempts to locate hostages, fugitives, secret bases, and downed fighter jets, to divine other nations' secrets, and even to predict future threats to national security. The agencies involved include the CIA, DIA, NSA, DEA, Navy, Air Force, Army, and even the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Was trained by Robert Monroe. He actually brought it to the public forefront.
Robert Monroe. What happens is that you as an individual find yourself apart from your physical body, and yet you can think, you can be, you can act, but your physical body is in some other location. It may be only 2 inches away or 2,000 miles away.
The Monroe Institute taught me very quickly how to use their technology to be prepped for remote viewing. Robert said, well, I have some people here and they have a target for you. He said, I have an envelope here. There's nothing written on it. It's in my pocket. Tell me something about it. It started out with a really large pyramid. It's bigger than the pyramid at Giza. Must be a new discovery somewhere. And then he said, well, tell me something about it. Really large rooms inside. It's kind of surprising because the way pyramids are built, that can't be done. I said, well, it appears to be some form of protective survivors of some cataclysm. They're in stasis. They're waiting for somebody to come. It's like a special race of people or something. I'm getting humans just like we are, but I'm not so sure they're humans like we understand human, because they're way bigger. And I came out. So I said, so where is this? Is this a new discovery or something? And he says, well, Bob's got the envelope. It has a target identified in it. And so he opened up the envelope, and inside it said Mars, 1 million years BC. And it turned out there were 6 specific targets that I was given. And all 6 of them I described exactly what was standing there. And when I say that, I mean what was also pictured in negatives by JPL.
How many children did you save?
Maybe a dozen.
What is one that really stands out to you?
I got a call at like 2 a.m. from the police chief. Said, we have a missing 5-year-old and I understand you help with this sort of thing. So I said, on the compass rose, you want to go to a certain degree, and when you get there, stop and just yell his name out, and he'll probably respond. The guy she sent to do that, the deputy, came back and said, There's no reason to do that. I can tell you right now, you're not going to find a kid that way. Woke me up the second time. And she said, my deputy told me that it's straight up the side of the mountain and a kid would never do that. So I said, just go do what I told you. And I slammed the phone down and got back in bed. And she woke me up again, like 15 minutes later. Just getting back to sleep again. What's going on? And she said, we found him. And I said, thank you. Have a good night. I hung up. People, when they interact, don't realize it. But some are being psychic and some are not. It's a human trait. It's a human condition. It's the norm. Nobody wants to be caught dead standing next to a psychic. It's political dynamite. You're toast. And the example they give, President Reagan's wife talking to an astrologer. We're working for him. We did over 1,200 remote viewings in support of the CIA. And they are the ones that kept coming back for more for 15 years. And they said it didn't work. There is more science backing up remote viewing than any other subject in history. Will anybody read those? No. All they want to do is say, even if you proved it beyond the shadow of a doubt, we'd still deny it.